Hello and welcome to Speaking of Cricket. I'm your host Uday. If you are new, welcome to the channel and like this video if you are watching it on YouTube, and if you are listening it in any other audio platforms or any other podcast platforms, please leave a review, and also you can follow me on all my social media with the links in the description of the podcast. As India is going to play the fifth and the final test match of the series which started in 2021 against England, we will look back to the four test matches that happened last year and just remind ourselves how the series went so far. And we should all remember that India are leading 2-1 in the series, and India will win the series for the first time if they win or draw the final test match. If England win the final test match, they will be able to draw the series 2-all. A lot have changed for both the teams, including the captains and the head coaches of their respective teams. So let's see what happened until now and what can we expect for the final test match. The first game of the series was a draw. The rain saved the England team on the final day as India were chasing 232 to win on a day 5 pitch and was looking very settled at 52 for 1 on day 5. The Indian team was just 150 odd runs away from getting a lead in the series, and then the rain spoiled it for the team and it remained a draw. England batted first and they scored 183 runs in the first innings, with Joe Root scoring 64 runs and Bumrah picking up 4 for 46, and India were bowled out for 278 runs in the first innings. In reply, England were all out for 303 in their second innings. Joe Root was the lone fighter for the England team in both the innings. The second game happened at the iconic Stadium of Lords in London, and Indian team made a very strong statement in that game. In the first innings, India were bowled out for 364 with KL Rahul scoring a special 100. In the first innings of England team, Joe Root scored a huge 100 and remained not out on 180, and in the second innings India declared at 298 for 8. The test match was full of heat and it was very tense between the two teams. While India were bowling short balls to the England batsmen, especially James Anderson, England team wanted to come back and give a strong reply to the Indian batsmen, especially to Indian lower order, the likes of Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami. But the plan backfired on them, and both Shami and Bumrah remained not out, while Mohammad Shami impressed with the bat along with Bumrah, and he scored an unbeaten half century. The second innings, India had under two sessions to bowl out England in their second innings, and the Indian bowlers were on fire and they rattled England team and bowled them out for 120 runs. The match became very popular for its high tense and high action, so the series became really interesting. The third match of the series went to England as India were bowled out for 78 runs in their first innings, and in reply, England scored a massive 432 runs in their first innings. And in the second innings, India were bowled out for 278 runs, and England won by an innings margin. With a strong comeback by England team, the series was level 1-all going into the fourth test match. In the first innings of the fourth test match, India scored 191 runs courtesy of a brilliant knock from Shardul Thakur, who scored a quick-fire half-century. In reply, England were bowled out for 290 in their first innings, leaving them a lead of 99 runs. In the second innings, Rohit Sharma scored his first overseas 100 and made sure that India scored 466 runs and put India in a strong position. In the second innings, England looked really good with the 100-run opening partnership, but eventually they were bowled out for 210 runs, and India winning the Test match and taking the lead 2-1. The fifth and the final Test match was called off because the Indian team was unfortunately hit by COVID-19 and the schedule of the Indian Premier League 2021 was just a week away. The BCCI then requested the ECB to shift the Test match to this white ball tour, where India will also play three T20 internationals and three one-day internationals. The fifth and the final Test match will be played at Edgbaston in Birmingham, and the ECB or the England Cricket Board has rescheduled the timing of the Test match to suit the Indian timings for the viewers in India. So the test match will be played 30 minutes earlier than the scheduled time, which means it will start at 10:30 local time than the scheduled 11 a.m. local time. So that means in India we will be able to watch the test match starting from 3 p.m. rather than 3:30 p.m. and the stumps are scheduled for 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and the game can go on for extra 30 minutes to allow the teams to complete the required 90 overs per day. One major setback for India is that the Indian captain Rohit Sharma has tested positive for COVID-19 as per the results of a rapid antigen test conducted on June 25th, and his involvement in the fifth test is still a doubt. It depends on his recovery whether he'll play in the fifth test match or not. If he is not playing, then most likely Jasprit Bumrah will be the player who will lead India in the final test. India are already without their regular opener KL Rahul, who is not available due to a groin injury. As India still wait for the status of Rohit Sharma, they have called up opener Mayank Agarwal for the test match against England starting on July 1st. The team management have made no announcement on the captaincy change yet, and it is understood that they will be taking a call only closer to the game, with Rohit's status being monitored. If Rohit eventually is not available for the game, then Mayank Agarwal will open along with Shubman Gill. And the interesting part is the place for number 3. Cheteshwar Pujara, who has been India's number 3 for over the years, has been left out in the recent home series, and Hanma Vihari was given the chance. The same thing happened with Ajinkya Rahane, and his place was taken by Shreyas Iyer. Both Vihari and Iyer impressed the selectors and the team management with their performances, and it has to be seen whether they both keep their places or one will replace to give Pujara a chance. Pujara recently played in the England County Championship and scored tons of runs, including centuries and double centuries. This game will start on July 1st from 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and I will be there watching the game closely, and I will come back and give the review of the fifth test match. If India wins the test match, they will keep their chances alive to progress in the top two of the World Test Championship table, which was currently topped by Australia, followed by South Africa. That is all for today's episode. I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care, stay home, stay safe, and keep smiling.